All right, there we go. Okay, so I got recording starting. This is the Wednesday night Elmer net, the 27th of November. And we'll go ahead and start check-ins with A Alpha through K Kilo. A Alpha through K Kilo, either with or without traffic. Go ahead. Come now, please. All right, hearing none, let's do A Alpha through V Victor. A Alpha through V Victor. Go ahead. Come now, please.
Kilo Alpha 9, Mike Bravo Mike.
Kilo 9 Uniform Delta Sierra, Tony.
All right, I got KA9 MBM, Mike. I got you on there, and then I forgot to ask. I got KB9JPN, Paul. I'm not sure if you're still there, and then K9UDS. I saw you check in on NetLogger. I saw your name pop up. I wasn't sure if you were there, so I'm glad that you're there. I'm not sure if you saw my message in the AIM window, but I see that you're there. So I got you on the list. Thanks for coming back. So I got you two. Let me double check. KB9JPN, Paul, are you with us still? Go ahead. Okay, he made a comment earlier. I think he said he was short time. He may have already dropped off. All right, so I got you two. Anyone else? A Alpha through V Victor. Go ahead. All right, let's do A Alpha through Z Zulu. Let's open the floodgates here. A Alpha through Z Zulu, either with or without traffic. Go ahead. Coming out, please.
KC9WQJ, Karen, no traffic.
KC9WQJ, I got you on there with no traffic. Anyone else? A Alpha through Z Zulu. Go ahead. All right. Well, we're 7 past the hour, and we'll go ahead and get started. It is the day before Thanksgiving, so I'm not surprised that it's going to be a little bit quiet, but that is fine. So for tonight's net, one of the things that I wanted to kind of seed the topic on was, niche hobbies within ham radio hobby, and I had an experience over the last week. Last week I was gone. I was in Arizona, and I was happy enough to be able to do some really fun. I'm really quite not even sure how to describe this, but basically I did POTA in the inner city. So rather than taking your ham radio equipment out to a wilderness park, I took my ham radio equipment to the top of a parking structure in a dense city and made some contacts. So it was basically the exact opposite of POTA. Still minimalistic. Take the minimal amount of gear that you need to make a contact, but rather than being in the woods and being out at a park, you were basically in the middle of a city and trying to make contacts. And I was very happy. Mike, who KA9MBM, who is up next here on the first round, was the ham I made contact with. We were also able to make contact on D-Star. That was fun for confirming some contacts and whatnot. But I will be uploading some photos to my QRZ page of my rig set up on top of this parking structure, and it's a really cool photo. The edge of the parking structure has all of my gear on it, and then there's a sunset over the skyline of the city. It's actually kind of a nice photo. I was really excited to get that picture. So that was a lot of fun. So one of the things that I wanted to kind of ask for anybody out there listening, what kind of fun, weird, fringe things have you done recently in ham radio? Especially because we've come into winter now, right? This is the time of year where everyone's kind of bunkering down and all the projects have kind of staggered out, and we're going to wait until spring to finish up everything. So what did you do this summer that was really fun? Did you do anything interesting? And then, do you have any plans maybe for finishing those things up? Apart from that, we're always welcome to take any questions you have and see if we can answer anything you got. So, all right. With that, we'll go ahead and bring it up to the top of the list. And KA9MBM, Mike, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Yeah, KE9MBM. Good evening to everybody on the net. Well, let's see. Yeah, Jim, we had a blast last week making contact. We worked you D-Star through your handheld in Arizona, and then the JS8 on both 20 and 40 meters with your little portable radio you got there for HF. Let's see, what did I do this year? I made myself a quarter wave vertical for 6 meters for FM, and I put it on the roof, on the back side of the house. I did that, and that was a real challenge. I took an old Cushcraft 2-meter Ringo Ranger with the ground planes. I had like 3 of them, and I cut it down and lengthened the ground radios for it, and shortened took the coils out of the vertical. There was like 2 5/8, took them off of there, and basically made it, 4 feet basically for the vertical part, and a little less for the ground planes each. So it worked out real well. It was a challenge, but it was something I wanted to do. I enjoy that once in a while, building your own antennas. Back over to you, Jim. KT9G, K9MBM, and the net.
WI9MRC, repeater.
KA9MVM, KT9G. Nice. Yeah. I know we talked about that, so I'm glad that everyone else can kind of hear about that. Maybe on the next go around you can talk about, I don't remember what year it was. It must have been last year or whatever. You made the 6 meter rigid dipole. That was a good one too. So you've had your experience with making some antennas, and I'm sure that others would appreciate the knowledge. Yeah, thanks for coming back with that. Okay. JPN was unheard. Let me try him one more time, and we'll move on. So KB9 JPN, Paul, are you out there listening at all still, or no? All right, I got him as not responding. So okay, K9 UDS, Tony in Sussex. Go ahead. Floor is yours.
All right. This is a new net for me. You guys didn't have an Elmer net when I used to be on this repeater, but that's good. Always adding more nets. 9-1, I think, has more nets than anybody else out here, so I was talking to Karen, and she told me to check in tonight, so I did. And I used to run something I called Camp Ham. I had it in Menominee Park every year in the fall, and I invited everybody and anybody to come and either camp out or just sit by a campfire or play around with antennas and radios and whatever. It's almost like a mini field day, but just local. But we did have a lot of fun for a few years, but my camper is dying. I've had too many strokes and other issues health-wise, so I kind of put a stake into it this year and decided not doing it anymore. I did ask at a couple of the other clubs if anybody else wanted to help to keep it going, and I didn't get a whole lot of response. So, but I used to be on this repeater all the time on a lot of the nets, and health just got to me and memory was slipping, but I'm making a comeback, so good to hear you, Jim. I don't think I ever talked to you before, but Karen's coming up, and we'll see if she has anything to offer. K9 UDS, back to net.
Yeah, K9 UDS, KT9G. Well, let's chat. So one of the things that I've been trying to do recently, I try and do more POTA style stuff. It doesn't always have to be POTA. Although when we do it, when I do have like kind of sanctioned events, we try and do it at a state park just so that those that enjoy POTA can get their POTA points and all sorts of fun stuff. But every month we've been trying to do POTA outings and fox hunts and just trying to get outdoors, mostly just to be able to kind of, do ham radio while also getting to do some face-to-face time. That's kind of the real point. Sadly, didn't get to do it this month because I had 2 weeks that I was busy. I had a week where my wife was busy, so I had to do some stuff with the kid, and then I was gone for a week for work, and now I'm back this week, and then we've got, Thanksgiving coming up, so November is not going to work. However, I'm stupid and would love to do winter field day stuff and winter POTAs, so I plan on doing one in December, and I believe winter field day is in January, which would very much like to do as a club. So if you and I will look you up on QRZ. I'll see if I can get your email. Let's chat. I would love to carry on the legacy of what you were doing because it sounds like something that's right up my alley, and we can do that. Because getting out and playing with radios with people face-to-face is really, really fun to me. And, taking your rigs out in a box is really fun. And that's, as I was talking about when I started the net, the whole thing that I did in Arizona on top of the parking structure, like, I got to upload those photos. That photo was really cool. Like, I just haven't had time, but I'll get it done. So, but yeah, thanks for coming in. I'm glad to have you on here. Sorry that we haven't chatted before. But I hope to catch you on here often. So, Karen, you were called out there. Go ahead, KC9WQJ. I know you said you had no traffic, but did you have any follow-ups to KD9UDS? Go ahead, floor is yours if you're there. All right. Karen seems to have dipped out. That's fine. So with that, we're at the end of the first round. There's just the three of us. So let me go ahead and do a check-in here and see if there's anybody else interested in joining the Wednesday night Elmer Net, A Alpha through Z Zulu. Go ahead. Come now, please.
Kilo Alpha Niner Juliet Bravo Delta Mike and Muskego.
KA9JBD, got you on there. Anyone else? A Alpha through Z Zulu for the Windsor Net, Elmer Net. Go ahead. Come on, please.
KD9, TGM. Just in the background for right now, Jim. I'm on my way to work.
All right, KD9, TGM, got you on there. You sound really good right now, so I caught you at a good time, apparently. So, okay. Let's do one more. Just one more, just for good measure. Anyone else? A Alpha through Z Zulu, go ahead. Come now, please. All right, hearing none. Let's go ahead and pass it to Mike here. Well, there's that's confusing. Let's do let's give it to K9JBD, Mike from Muskego first, and then we'll go to the top of the list. Mike from Muskego, KA9JBD, go ahead.
KT9G, and then that K9JBD, Mike in Muskego. Yeah, I literally just turned the radio on, so go back to the top of the list and put me at the end, whatever, and let me know what the topics are for tonight on the Elmer Net. I have nothing to add at the current moment. KT9G and then that K9JBD.
All right, KA9JBD, KT9G. No worries. So tonight we were talking about, I was on vacation. Well, no, sorry. I was actually out of town for work. But while I was out there, I played a little, and I did some kind of fun POTA-esque activations from an urban environment. I got to upload the pictures so that people understand what I'm talking about. But basically what that led to was during the summer, and now that it's wintertime, what really fun projects, or did you have any fun projects that you completed up till now for this last year that you would like to share with people? So I traveled and I did some really fun stuff. I got some new antennas up. Other people's were talking about getting some new custom antennas up and stuff like that. So that was the question. So I'll let you ponder that while I bring it to the top of the list here to KA9MEM, the other Mike from oh, you're listed as Waterford, Wind Lake, or whatever. Go ahead, floor is yours.
Yeah, KT9G, K9MBM. Yeah, the FCC database says Waterford, but that's only because my post office is in Waterford. I actually live in Wind Lake. Anyway, yeah, I made that 6-meter vertical for, we have the 1 6-meter repeater in the area, and before I was accessing it with the rigid dipole, and the repeater was like about S2, something like that. It would come in, and I'd have to run well over 50 watts to get into it decently because the polarization was wrong. And I did come across some other people that do listen to 6-meter simplex on the national calling, which is 52525, and those people have 6-meter verticals up. So I decided to build myself a 6-meter vertical with 3 ground planes on it and put it up on the back side of the house, a little quarter wave, and the repeater went from like S2 to S9, and I could basically get into it well under 50 watts, so made a huge difference. So that was my little project I did over the summer, and I also started to get involved with working the space station using APRS, their digipeater that they have up there. So I made a couple contacts, and I want to get back to that now I got more time because things are pretty much wrapped up outside for the winter. KT9G, K9MBM in the net. Back to you.
All right. Yeah. K9MBM, KT9G. Net control. So, yeah. Satellite work and the ISS, yeah, that's something that I promised you I would do more of. I need to get into it. But sadly, I think this time of year, everyone gets really busy this time of year because, you know, we got the holidays coming up, and then I've got a kid, right? So we just had oh my gosh, Halloween, trick or treat, and now we got Thanksgiving coming up, and then, you know, we've got Christmas and all that craziness and whatnot, and so the winters really are just kind of a burden. But I definitely will be getting into it in the spring, so I do want to play with that. I am excited to... I will save it for the end of this round. Actually, never mind. I will save it for the end of this round, and then I will mention what I was about to mention. So, K9UDS. Tony, go ahead. Floor is yours.
All right, POTA. I've been interested in doing POTA. I've been operating in parks for since 2011. I really haven't done POTA though. So if you know all the where-is and which parks count for that and everything, I'm not real good at looking stuff up. I do like NetLogger. I don't know how to use it very efficiently. I have trouble getting it starting up sometimes and get to the nets that I want, but I'm starting to get a little better at it. And I'm glad that you can see that when I log in on NetLogger. I was wondering because nobody else ever said they saw me log in. So that's good to know. And I would love to get that going. I got my pickup. I got my antenna on the back end for HF and stuff, and would love to get that going again. Been on pause a little bit since my second stroke, but I'm starting to get back into it, so looking forward to it. And been really starting to get back in getting things figured out here. Got a piece of coax to repair yet. Other than that, nothing real soon. K9UDS, back to net.
K9UDS, KT9G, net control. Yeah, so the way that NetLogger works is that if I have, well, you said hi. You did say hi. So you opened the AIM window. In there, I had that open when the net started. It will tell me any user that joins my net. So that's how I knew that you were looking at my net. It'll say K9UDS is now online or whatever. So that's how I knew that you were looking at it. So NetLogger is really, really good. I will say it's really good for nets like this. It's really good for nets like Ole Miss and the other Workdall States nets. But there are, I mean, when doing POTA and stuff like that, I don't know. It might be a little hit or miss. You could open a net for POTA. That'd be an interesting way to do it. Just kind of open it up and say, hey, I'm at this park, like, park net blah POTA, right? And then, anyone that logs in and looks at the nets on NetLogger, they'll be like, oh, this guy's running a POTA. And but I haven't seen a lot of people do that. But that's an interesting concept. I might play with that. But that is sorry, I got distracted. But yeah, that is an option. Okay. So let's bring. Oh, sorry, we're getting some feedback here. KA9JBD, Mike, go ahead. Floor is yours.
KA9JBD and Muskego, Mike here. I see you. I have NetLogger on, and it looks like I'm into the software. Sorry, I'm kind of green with this, so don't know what the heck I'm doing. Hi, stand by. In regard to your question about projects, I have a Chameleon MCOM2 old version that I actually used years ago when I was doing field day up in near Crivets at Governor Thompson State Park. Stand by. And I actually have a couple other portable MCOM POTA antennas. So what I did was I also have a Hustler 6BTV antenna, ground-mounted vertical in my yard. But what I did was I actually got that antenna up. I can't remember if it was last weekend or the weekend before. And unfortunately, even though it's supposed to do 6 meters through 160, I was not able to get it even with my wideband MFJ 974 HB antenna tuner. I was not able to get it loaded up on 160, but I did get it on 6 through 80. Stand by. So that was my pre-winter project to do a roof climb and get that installed, and it's working fine. I'm actually using that right now for any 6 through 80 work. Stand by. And I've temporarily disconnected my Hustler multi-band vertical. So that's it, Jim. Back to net KA9JBD.
Yeah. KA9JBD, KT9G, net control. No, it sounds good. And I think that's the same vertical that KA9MBM has. And I believe he has a loading coil for 180. I'll let him speak to that on his turn. But we're past the half-hour point, so now it's my turn to talk about the fun stuff I did. Not just this last weekend, but this summer and during the fair weather, as it were. I did get the 220 radio with a dedicated Davis 400 run to a dedicated 220 antenna. So now I do have access to all of the 220 radio repeaters near me and can do simplex pretty far. Mike and I, KA9MBM, chat pretty often, and he's about 15 miles as the crow flies from me, and there's a pretty big hill between us, and we full quiet. I can reach Racine, Kenosha repeaters on it, so I'm very happy with the range that I got from that little setup. I'm just running a little Redivus 9000. But then the most recent one was upgrading, and this was kind of silly, but wait, I did do it. I've got 25 feet of Elmer 600 running from the back of the 9700 up to a GP21 in the attic, which is a 14.8 gain. Vertical 23 centimeter band antenna, and even with that, it's kind of hit or miss. But I will say that we were able to do JS8 and FT8 over it locally, so that was fun. It was a fun little project, but I definitely have some pretty hardcore coax running up and down. But those were the two big ones that I did this summer. That was a lot of fun. So I'll go ahead and leave it with that as far as what I did. So before we go ahead and bring it up to the top of the round, is there anybody else listening that would like to check in A Alpha through Z Zulu? Go ahead, coming up, please.
K9 PGM, made it to work. I guess I got traffic.
All right, KD9 TGM, I got you on there. Before I throw it to you, anyone else, A Alpha through Z Zulu, go ahead, coming up, please. All right, not hearing anybody. So let me go ahead and throw it over to you, KD9 TGM. I am going to guess you are semi-mobile. Go ahead, floor is yours.
Yeah, hi. Yeah. Sitting in the semi with my mobile, just not driving yet. As usual. Yeah, just waiting to get out of here. I'm hoping I can get out of here a little bit early tonight, but yeah, who knows. Yeah, but anyway, yeah. Just basically, yeah, projects. Plenty of projects I want to do, but none I really get around to. Yeah, but yeah, mainly, like the stuff that I try to do on my semi here, try to get, my mobile situation's always, figured out in here. I do have some things, tied down, as far as electrical interference and all that kind of thing, but, yeah, I mean, really what I want to do, is kind of see if I can get a better antenna situation at home, because I do have one, the Hustler, the 4-trap version. It works, but I have no ground radios with it. Because again, the way my backyard is set up, standby. Yeah, because the way my yard is, I got it, on a pole, only about 3 or 4 feet off the ground. I do kind of good with it, but, again, it's trying to get those distant stations. That's the one thing that kind of, irks me about it. Again, small lot size, being up there on the northwest side of Milwaukee, it makes it kind of tough. And yeah, even with the POTA thing, I did want to go to one that was over there by my house, but wasn't around up and wanted to do it because of the rain and everything. That time we were going to get together and do it, but, again, I'm hoping next year, maybe, when it's still cold out, maybe Winterfield Day. I don't know yet. I had to go ahead and look at the calendar. But, all right, that's all I had. I was going to be back in the background again, Jim, so KD9 TDM. And I'll be around for the 73 round, though.
All right, yeah, no worries. KD9 TGM, KT9G, net control. I got you marked back as no traffic, but I'll keep it in mind to pick you up for 73s. But yeah, good info, and I think some others might have some comments for you as far as those verticals. And I do know those lots up in that area, though they are smaller. It does kind of limit the ground radials and whatnot. So But, do what you can. I got blessed, and I've got an kind of a big enough lot with a nice enough sized house that I could squeeze some dipoles in the attic. I can't go bigger than 20-meter dipoles. Anything bigger than that, I definitely can't do. I do have the end-fed wire for 1 through 80, but I have to have that in inverted L, and technically that's not on my lot, but my neighbors are okay with it, so no one's yelled at me. I've had it up for over 2 years, and no one's been mad at me yet. It's pretty low profile, but it's technically in the wood line that our subdivision doesn't own, but no one's mad at me yet, so we'll stick. We'll stick with that. So. That's what I've been running a lot on. I've gotten a lot of really good luck with it, but as you were saying, I'm only running 100 watts. I'm running barefoot, as they would say, with a end-fed wire. So Middle East and Africa is a little bit harder. A lot of those weaker stations. I don't have the best ears, so I can't hear them come back, and But I'm at 8 with only 100 watts and a end-fed wire. I'm at 87 countries now, so I can't complain too much. Been doing pretty well. So, all right, we're at 40 past the hour. We'll go ahead and bring it up to the top of the list. KA9MBM, Mike, go ahead. Floor is yours.
KA9MBM returning. Sounds good. Okay. I have the Hustler 6BTV ground-mounted vertical. I've worked countries all over the world. I have 119 countries confirmed. So I already applied for my DXCC for it, waiting for it to come in the mail. And I have the basic Hustler 6B TV in my backyard, so I have 40 feet between the house and the fence in the back, the fence I own. The vertical antenna is in the middle, so it's 20 feet from the house, 20 feet from the fence. And I have a radio plate from DX Engineering, and I have 54 ground wires that are buried just below the sod. So I went out there with, basically a sod cutter or shovel, whatever you want to use, and I split the sod when it was soupy, and I jammed down 14-gauge wire, house wire, solid, bought 1,000 feet of it, 2 500-foot rolls from either Menards or Lowe's or someplace, can't remember. And that's what I used. And I also have, with the 6B TV, I have from DX Engineering, the 17 and 12 meter add-ons. So basically it's an 8B TV in all sense of it. So let me reset here. WI9MRC repeater. Okay, K9MBM. And I do work, I can lower I have a tilt-over mount for it, and from DX Engineering. I can tilt it down, I can unscrew the 80-meter coil off the top, and I can screw on a 60-meter coil, and I can get on 60 meters easily. I can get on 160 meters if you put the 80-meter coil back on there again, and you take the whip off of it, off the top of the 80-meter coil, and you string a 17-foot wire, L-shaped wire, straight out to a tree, or mine goes to an insulator and then to the side of the house. And I'm on 160 meters. I've worked 48 states confirmed and 14 countries confirmed on 160 meters. it can be done. Back to you, Jim, net control. This is KE9MBM.
KA9MBM, KT9G. Yeah. I thought I remember you saying that you've got the same vertical and that I know you've done 160s. So, 48 states. So Hawaii and Alaska, maybe? I don't know. One of the ones that I need for oh man, what was it? So for digital modes and stuff, the only one I need left is I don't do any 160. I don't have any 160, but I need 80 meters for Hawaii. But the other odd one for voice, I have voice on everything for 40, except for Vermont. I don't know why. I just got to go hunt Vermont. I just don't have Vermont for some reason. I've got Hawaii and Alaska, but I just don't have Vermont. I don't know. So if any, we can continue chatting about that vertical and if any more questions on it as we move through. So, all right, K9 UDS, go ahead. Floor is yours.
All right. Wow. Impressive work there. Yeah, I've got all the states. And what do I got? I got 49 countries, 418 counties, yeah. Hunting and pecking, that's mostly what I did for a lot of years, was just trying to get all the states and stuff. I find it easier to hunt and pick than to call out. Although I get a lot of responses when I call out, but I can't log fast enough to get it all entered in and understand everything. So I've given up trying to do that. But NetLogger makes that possible because you can see who's out there. So on some of the contest logs, but the thing is there too. I get on there and they look and they want Wisconsin, so I get a couple people calling me, and it takes me 5 minutes to log a contact. So that's why I'm slow on the countries. It's hard to get them in. I got a Comet, what is it? Can't think of it now. It's part of my memory problem, but it's a BC 250 or something, or BX 250, something like that. It works, pretty much 10 through 80, I think. I think I've done 80 on that. And I got a DC something horizontal tri-bander, and but that coax got cut going to it this summer. Did I time out?
Yeah, hold on. We got a checking in there, and then K9 UDS. I think you let go of the trigger or the push to talk just enough in time. So hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me grab that check-in, and then we'll I'll go back and let you finish up. Go check in. Go ahead. Give me your call sign.
Bravo Niner, Julian Papa November, Paul for check-in with traffic.
Yeah, KB9 JPN, welcome back. I had you on the list already, so I just I marked you back as with traffic. So let me go ahead and throw it back to Tony here and let him wrap up, and then I'll bring it up to you. All right, Tony, K9 UDS. If you want to go ahead and wrap up your statements, go ahead.
All right. Yeah, I would switch between the vertical and the horizontal to see which I could hear people better on. And that's why I'm missing that horizontal right now. Sometimes that seemed to do a little better for distance for other countries, but I'm still making contacts on just the vertical. 10 meters, I've done pretty good with it. And always looking for more. I think I'll want to put a couple end feds up. Probably have to wait till next year for that now. Seeing as I can't even get up and get a new coax put on. Not allowed on ladders. I fall too much. K9 UDS back to net.
All right, KD9 UDS. Yeah, no, sounds good. And yeah, I get it. I totally had a brain fart. I was going to say something about what you were talking about. One of the things that Mike does, I tried it. I tested it out. I was not having luck where I was at. I may not have set it up right, but I don't know what radio you're running, but I run a 7300 ICOM for my HF stuff from my base station, and that radio does support separate receive antenna for transmit. So you can do a beverage on the ground, or you can do loop on the ground, or you can do regular beverage antenna. So you can do beverage or bog or log or whatever you want. All for independent receive, and then you transmit on your transmit antenna. So there are ways to be able to get out better while receiving better, and then you can dual receive from them. So there's all sorts of fun things you can do. But I don't know what radio you have. Maybe next week. We're coming up close to the end of the hour here. So, but maybe next week or the week after, or after the holidays or whatever. We can chat about it and see how that goes. So let me bring it up to Paul here quick, because we did just get him back, so I want to give him a chance to go. So KB9 JPN, Paul, go ahead. Floor is yours.
Net control, this is KB9 JPN. What is the traffic for tonight, net control? KB9 JPN.
Yeah, KB9 JPN. This is KT9G Net Control. So tonight we were talking about, So the kind of the bigger topic we were talking about was, it's the end of the summer season, as it were, I guess. What projects did you get completed while the weather was nice? Or did you have any fringe experiences during this last season that you would like to talk about? Getting out and doing anything kind of fun? Did you stand up new antennas? Did you get anything done? Did you get anything done that you would like to have gotten done during the year? That's basically what we're talking about. So, like, for example, I got up a new 23 centimeter antenna. I put up some new coax. I got some new dipoles put up. Some other people were talking about how they got their verticals put up. They got a couple of extra countries doing some HF stuff. So was just, what did you get done this year that you would like to brag about? Go ahead. Floor is yours.
Control, this is Kilo Bravo 9 Juliet Papa November. I got a little bit farther in my electronic technician class, and I put together a dual transistor, A-stable multi-vibrator, and then I built it with a speaker on it. And I also put together a A-stable multi-vibrator with an oscillator with a flashing LED. I put together a mono-stable multi-vibrator. Basically, I was working with multi-vibrators. And right now, I forgot what the heck a multi-vibrator is because I didn't have it memorized, you know. But I put together a bistable, monostable, and A-stable multi-vibrator, and they all worked. So I wasn't getting any sound out of the speaker, but I was getting the flashing LEDs. And they were both outputs across the same load resistance.
KB9, JPN, KT9G. All right. Oh, yeah. No, that sounds fun. That sounds interesting. We are at 4 minutes to the top of the hour here, so I do want to bring it down to KA9JBD, and then we're going to do a 73-round quick. So KA9JBD, go ahead. The floor is yours.
KA9JBD returning. Thanks, Jim. Thanks to Mike KA9MBM about your comments on the Hustler 6B TV. Unfortunately, mine is only a 5B TV because I had a little accident and the 80-meter top hat kind of broke, but whatever, stand by. So, actually no other comments tonight. Appreciate the net as usual, and this will actually be my 73 stall. As always, Jim, KT9G, great net. Tuned in a little bit later than usual, but it was good to hear all of the comments and input and things that people talked about. So 73 is all KA9JBD. I'll be clear QRT.
Yep. KA9JBD, KT9G, not control. 73s. Have a great night. Hope to catch you next week. I should be here for a while. I do have a cruise coming up in January. I gotta. Oh no, that my cruise in January does not land on a Wednesday. It's a weekend cruise, so never mind. Ignore what I'm saying. I'll be here. I'll be here, guys. I'll be here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and bring it up to the top of the list actually, because we are at the top of the hour. But I did want to say one other thing was recently I did end up kind of I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but I inseminated? No, that's not the right word. I merged myself into a couple of different groups on the internet and found myself in the Discord group for Ham Radio Crash Course and Ham Radio 2.0. So I don't know if you guys watch a lot of YouTube, but on YouTube there's Josh from Ham Radio Crash Course and Jason from Ham Radio 2.0. And I've started chatting with them. So Jason from Ham Radio 2.0 has a really cool project going on right now where he is trying to basically create a the best way I can put it is that he wants to build an Angie's List or a Yelp review for local repeaters as far as whether or not they're welcoming to new people. And so that's one of the things that I've emailed him about a few times, and then I finally joined on some chat stuff, and I've been talking to him directly. So we'll see if that picks up. I know that he's very busy. He's got a lot of people in his chat, but I really want to make sure that, they know that there are very friendly. We're supposed to be the friendly one. That's the whole point of the 9-1 repeater. We're the friendly one. So I just want to make sure that that's out there. And then Josh from Ham Radio Crash Course, he's just a really cool guy. So I've been chatting with him, and so we'll see how that goes. Mostly just for fun. So, all right, we're at the top of the. Oh, hold on, let me reset. All right, we're at the top of the hour. Let's go ahead and do our 73 round. I'll bring it up to the top of the list here to KA9MBM. Go ahead, Mike. Floor is yours for 73 round.
Okay, sounds good, Jim. KA9MBM returning on the net here. Yeah, I do want to say, Mike and Muskego there, DX Engineering sells all kinds of replacement parts for the Hustler 4B TV, 6B TV, 5B TV. The only difference between a 5D BTV and a 6B TV is the 30-meter trap that's in there. So, but you can get a new 80-meter coil for the top there, and the if you want that little top hat too, if you want to do that, you can do that. It's not a problem. So that was one of the main reasons why I chose that antenna, because it's very well supported as far as replacement parts and add-ons, and you can just do a lot of stuff with that antenna, and it's fully supported. So, Jim, I'll let you go here, and I'll say 73s to everybody on the net. It's been fun. And Jim, we'll talk to you Friday morning. KT9G, K9MB, I'm back to you, Jim.
All right, KA9MBM. This is KT9G, Net Control. Yep, 73s. Have a great night. Have a great Thanksgiving. Yeah, I'll chat with you on Friday. All right. KB9, JPN, Paul, if you're still with us, go ahead. Floor is yours, 73 round.
KC9G, Jim, Net Control, this is KB9JPN, Paul. Thank you for moderating, Jim. KC9G, this is KB9JPN. I was also experimenting with a pulse stretcher and a varying the duty cycle of a stable multi-vibrator, which is varying the frequency. That doesn't necessarily mean you vary the frequency when you vary the duty cycle, because the pulse width is what you're actually varying. And so it does mean when you vary the frequency, though, you do vary the period. So I was experimenting with that also. Grateful to be on your net tonight, Jim. KC9G, 73, everybody. It's always good talking to you. It's always good talking to amateur radio enthusiasts. KC9G, 73, everybody, and to all, happy Thanksgiving. This is KB9JPN. I'll be clear and monitoring.
KB9JPN, KT9G, net control. Yeah, no, it sounds like you're having a lot of fun with your stuff there, and so I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little lost on some of the stuff that you do. I am not not network engineering. Electrical engineering is what I'm lacking at, and it sounds like there's a lot of electrical engineering in what you're doing. So I'm a little lost, but I get it. You sound like you've been having a lot of fun with it, and I did grab what you were saying so I can look it up, and I'm interested to look it up. And I'm hoping maybe over the next few weeks I'm going to pick your brain on it, because it does sound very interesting. So have a great night, 73s. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving. K9 UDS, go ahead. Tony, floor is yours, 73 round.
All right, yeah, I got another net that just started here, so I'll be brief, but I got a ICOM 737 that I'm using to do HF with right now. I do have a couple other rigs too, but that's the one, and it has 2 antenna inputs, so that might do what you were talking about. But with that, I'll say 73 and back to the net. Maybe I'll be back next week. It was interesting.
All right, K9 UDS, KT9G, 73s. Have a great night. And yeah, 100% hope to catch you next week. Okay, with that, I've got no one else, so I'll bring it down to line 8 here, and I'm going to go ahead and say, is there anybody else out there with any last-minute check-ins, late check-ins or any last-minute business? Go ahead, come on up, please.
K9D, Jim. You forgot me, Jim.
Ah, shoot! You're right. Go ahead. KD9 TGM, go ahead. Floor is yours.
I just had to say it. No, 73s, y'all. Yeah, like I said, sitting here at work, all of us hoping to get out here a little bit early tonight. I still can, but, early for me anyway. But yeah, I am feeling a little bit jealous, though, that you was able to make contacts when you were out there, last week. I know you probably didn't get my number from Karen and all that stuff. I'm not mad about that, but I was kind of scanning 20 meters when I was down there in Nashville. Like, okay, let me see if I can hear them anywhere. But, yeah, but that's okay. Like I said, I get a couple contacts when I'm down there anyway, whether I'm POTA hunting or just, getting some DX in. But, yeah, so no worries. But, all right, everybody have a good Thanksgiving. Talk to you guys next week. KD9 TGM 73s.
Oh, KD9 TGM. KT9G net control. So, first of all, we need to chat. We need to chat separately, because I didn't do this this was over JS8 is what we did it with, which is 0.078. I think for both 40 and 20. So it's 7.078 and 14.078. I did it on JS8. So you got to have a laptop for it. It's very niche. We had anyway. Let's set this up. I feel bad now because I remember this. I completely forgot that I told you that I was doing this and that I was going to try and do it. But I only had about a half an hour to really do it, because I was at my off-site and there was like work, and then everyone's like, hey, let's go out, we're going to go eat and whatnot. And I was like meeting people that I hadn't seen in whatever. So it was just kind of a poopy situation for playing with radio. So I didn't have a lot of time. But if you're in a truck, we need to get you set up with JS8 mobile. That would be cool. we can talk about how to do that, but not tonight. I need to dip out. I need to go upstairs. We're gonna do. I can hear the kid upstairs. He needs help going to bed. So, but you're right. I did forget that we were gonna do that. And I kind of dropped off the face of the earth there for a bit. So, let's chat about it on another night. So. K9 TJM 73s. Have a great night. I got you marked as checked out. Oh, there you go. Now you're marked as checked out. All right. Let's do one more time. Anyone else out there, A Alpha through Z Zulu, with any late check-ins or last-minute business? Go ahead. Coming up, please.
Jim, quick comment. K9 MBM.
K9 MBM. Go ahead.
Yeah, the other station that has the truck, if he had D-Star in his truck, so one of the radios, Kenwood or ICOM that does D-Star, he could have joined us on Reflector 19 Alpha. That would have worked. Then he could do that while he was driving or pull to the side or whatever, and you didn't need a laptop. Go ahead, Jim. I'll let you go. We can talk on Friday. Have a good Thanksgiving. K9 MBM.
Yeah, K9MBM, KT9G. Well, so the only downside with that is that if he was going to use D-Star while mobile in a truck, he would have to be within range of a D-Star repeater that he knew of and had programmed in. Now, if he had one of the, like the radio that I have, or any of the radios that have the GPS built in where it can find a local D-Star repeater and jump on, that's fine. Or if he had a hotspot in his truck. Oh, Wayne, get a Starlink satellite dish on your truck. That's what we need. At that point, we just do Zoom anyway. It doesn't really matter. But no, if he had a radio that has the capability of finding local or nearby repeaters based on GPS, that would work for sure. That's what I did when I got there, so that works. All right, we're pushing this long, so let me do one more time. Anyone else, A Alpha through Z Zulu, last minute business or late check-ins? Go ahead, coming up, please.
All right, I got to jump back in with this comment. KT9
Oh my gosh! All right, go ahead, KT9 Go ahead, floor is yours.
No, I'm not putting a Starlink on my truck. I'm not doing that. But yeah, you guys already know the story about why I got this truck, because again, company truck, I can't do all that. But no, in all seriousness, no, I've been looking around to see to kind of upgrade, because I got the Anytone 578, the Pro, not the Plus. I got the Pro in here. So yeah, can I get a hotspot and put it in here? Yes. I've thought about it, I debated about it, because I was like, yeah, do I really want to do DMR? But I know I can, cross repeat and all that stuff. I know I can do that. And also I've been kind of looking to see if it made sense for me to get a different type of radio down the road here, sometime within, early next year, and swap out and get one that has that capability of D-Star or anything along those lines. And yeah, that can scan to see. But I'm looking into that. So, all right, Jeff, go. Cut the net. WI9MRC repeater.
One more. K9MBM.
K9MBM, KT9G. Hold on. So first of all, I did forget to mention, and you mentioned it earlier today. You know how you just bought that radio that you found out was $50 less? because Black Friday deals just came out. Well, the Kenwood TH75 Alpha, which is what I bought 2 months ago or so, month ago, not even that long ago. I bought that full price. It is now only $550. Man, am I upset. You should buy it. You should buy it right now. You should buy it. and same with you, Wayne. Buy it. Oh my gosh, an amazing radio, and it's like it's like $200 and some dollars off right now. Oh my gosh, buy it. Buy it. Amazing radio. All right, I will. KA9MBM, go ahead. I'll throw it back to you, and then I got to close this net out. Go ahead.
Yeah, KT9G, KA9MBM. Yeah, I did call them. They did honor that. They did give me I got to figure it out. It's either store credit or they gave me the money, that extra money back, the sale price. But, yeah, well, the other stationer in the truck, I apologize for not knowing your name or call letters there. You could do DMR. Now, both guys there, Jim and the other guy in the truck there, DMR does support roaming. So basically what it does is it acts like a cell phone. It will do is it'll know what repeaters are in the area, and whatever repeater is stronger, it'll switch to it automatically on the fly, as long as you got it programmed in. So, so that would work. It automatically switches, and the Anytone HT does support that. It's called roaming with DMR. So, so I don't know. There is pros and cons to every digital mode and type of format out there. But yeah, that's one thing that could be done. Anyway, Jim, I'll let you close the net down. I'll talk to you on Friday. I got to get off of this thing. KT9G, K9MBM, 73s.
All right, KA9MBM, K29G, 73s to you. Have a great night. Okay, so, well, I'm going to go ahead and with that, well, what I'll do is I will return the repeater to normal amateur use here and let anyone chat on it as they so wish. So, I'm going to go ahead and secure this net at 9, is it 9:17? No, it's 8:17. I remember this. Yeah. Clock screwed me up. Yeah. It's 8:18. Clock screwed me up last time. This clock is off. Sorry. My radio's clock isn't hooked up to NTP, so I'm going to go ahead and secure this net at 8:18 p.m. and thank you all for participating. And a reminder that this net, along with most other nets here on the 9-1 repeater, welcome new operators to experience net control operations by trying a net or two. If you wish to try acting as net control operations, please contact our club president, Karen, KC9WQJ, to participate. All net scripts are on the club website for you to review. Sorry, there was a typo there. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and return the repeater to normal amateur use. Again, my name is Jim, Kilo Tango 9 Golf, 73s to all, and to all, a good night.